Hello, everyone. Jarian Gibson here with Patrick Cobble from the world of EUC. And we are going to talk about EUC World Amplify. And we have Andy Tynes here from Apporto. So welcome, Andy. And thank you to Apporto for supporting us again this year. You guys are a gold sponsor for EUC World Amplify. So thanks for coming on today and spending a few minutes with us.
Thanks for having me, Jarian. Really appreciate the time.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and keep this short and sweet for these promos. So you were a sponsor last year, you as an Apporto, of EUC World Independence in Silver Spring, Maryland. Any thoughts on last year's event?
Sure, I've got a couple thoughts. Now, I wasn't there, unfortunately. We had another event at the same time, which I had to attend, but the members of my team that were there said it was it was kind of the initial event, right? So, and they said it was very good. Lots of, a lot of the partners that we care about, right, are there, the ones that we're interested in working with moving forward. So a lot of very good conversations with partners. I think there weren't quite as many customers as, for its first event. We weren't sure how many would be there. I think it was kind of a smaller number, but I think the expectation is they'll see more this year. And we wanted to ensure that we continue to provide our support this year as well, because we see this as something that's, as the awareness grows, our expectation is the event participation will grow. And for Apporto, it's important for us to be at these events because we're trying to drive awareness of our organization and what we do through events like this. We're pretty well known on the higher ed space because we've been doing that for 10 plus years, but in the commercial markets, enterprise, we're less well known. And we see this as the ideal vehicle to build our presence and awareness.
Yeah, so what are you looking forward to most with EUC World Amplify in August?
Personally, I'm looking forward to hearing a lot of the speakers that you guys have committed for this event. It seems like there's been a tremendous amount. There's a lot more people that are going to be in attendance this year that have speaking slots. So I'm really looking forward to that. And my expectation is those guys, these influencers going to draw more people. So our expectation is there's going to be more customers there, more partners there. It's a great location. Minneapolis is a great city, especially this time of year. So we've had a great deal of success in that Midwestern market. So those are the primary reasons we're looking forward to the conference this year.
Yeah, and I think that's, we listened to our members last year. They said they wanted more sessions and all that, and we were able to give them that. And that's where I'm really excited that y'all are back and going to be able to keep spreading the message. And I think that's going to go a long ways because, we know it's very turbulent times in the VDI world with lots of solutions and options and things like that. And I think your solution's definitely got a spot in that world. And I think it's where a lot of people just need to see it to believe it and then go, oh, yeah, we definitely could use that in place of solution X, Y, or Z. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it too, because we've got a lot of great speakers. The lineup's even better than it was last year. So, which is always hard to do, you think, but we're making it happen.
Yeah, there's fewer, in-person platforms for organizations like ourselves to get our message out. So this is, to me, when I first heard about it, I was like, oh, this is great, because we all know Citrix Synergy and the CUGC stuff, that all kind of went away. So, I see this, what you guys are doing as the ideal platform for organizations like ourselves to get our word out and to get a chance to spend time with customers and partners face to face.
Yep, that's right. And I think that's the key. Is one thing that we've been struggling with ever since COVID is just getting people out there, right? And because when you had a year or two of not going to these events and your company not paying for you to go to these events, it becomes pretty hard to justify for yourself or the company because there's no more training or travel budget and stuff like that. And so you really, in our opinion, you've got to invest in yourself. This is like, the cheapest EUC event in the world in that sense to get to when it comes to the airport and the location and hotel and the venue and the ticket and all that. So, you got to make it there so that you can learn about solutions like yours and hear from all these awesome speakers. So I think it's going to be a really cool time.
I do too. We're very excited about it.
So speaking about learning about Apporto's solution and with your transition from primarily being in the education vertical and going to the enterprise, what kind of message are you going to have to attendees at EUC World Amplify?
Our message to the attendees, it's twofold. Number one, we continue to have that fully managed offering that we've had for the last 10 years that, again, we initially built for the higher ed market, but that we now also offer to the commercial and enterprise market. But we also now we've re-architected our platform. So we now have that hybrid platform approach for those that don't want to go fully cloud. They want hybrid or they want on-prem. We can now address that need for those clients. And our main advantage, we believe, with this new offering is that we've been able to kind of strip out the cost and complexity and ownership while delivering a near native user experience to any browser-enabled device. So easy to stand up, easy to manage, modern framework.
That's our message.
Yeah, can you expand a little on that new offering of the hybrid part? Because I think that's also an important thing, because I'm sure there may be some new things you're going to announce, but I think that already being new will be good to talk about.
So yes, we're really excited about the hybrid offering, because there's still, as you both know, there's still a lot of shops out there that they don't want to go to the cloud for a variety of reasons. Security, they've got the teams in place to manage it. They can do it for less money by managing it themselves because they've got the expertise. A lot of organizations don't, but many do because they've been doing this for a long time. So again, we're real excited about our offering because it is, we built this from the ground up. So, there's the legacy offerings that have been out there a long time. Ours is kind of, like I said, it's built on a modern framework, built on containers, Kubernetes. So it's much easier to stand it up. It's much easier to manage, make changes moving forward. We're really excited about getting feedback on this new offering from the different partners and the prospective customers, just to kind of get their view on it. Are we checking the right boxes? Are there boxes that maybe we aren't checking that we need to? So there's no better way to get that direct feedback than face-to-face.
Agreed. And I know tons of clients that don't want to cloudify their solution, right? They want to keep it and control it 100%, because that's the one thing that we give up when we put things in the cloud is we have no control over its availability. 5 nines sounds cool until you're down to so many minutes per year, right? And that's just part of it. And so when you can control your own and maybe get to 7 or 8 or something like that for the system by building it in a highly available manner, that's going to make everyone's life at your company a little bit better than everyone else's for when there's outages. So I think that's a really, really big deal. I don't know, with it coming in August, is there anything that's going to be new that is spoiler alert, or is there some stuff that's brewing? I don't know what your release cycle is. I'm sure it's close to quarterly. So is that close to some other new stuff may come out around then that you might have some really cool news to sell?
We actually do have something in the works that I've been told I can't talk about it yet.
Ooh, that's good. That means we're getting close. That's good.
But it is getting pretty close. It is, I'm almost afraid to say this. It is kind of, we are leveraging artificial intelligence. So an AI-driven module and that's all I'll say for now. Let's save the excitement for the conference in August now.
We're really going to be here before we know it, right? I mean, all is like snap, right?
Well, on that note, I'm looking forward to seeing you, Andy, and the Apporto team. So thank you for your time today, Andy. Thank you for Apporto for continuing to support the community. We look forward to seeing Apporto at EUC World Amplify on August 4th through 7th in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
We're looking forward to it as well. And like I said, I couldn't go last year, but I will be there this year with bells on. So we can't wait.